Yeah, the reason I chose to start with that is because it's great to see MP Jenny Jones speaking out so passionately in Parliament about the dangers of the new schools bill. In fact, another MP for the Green Party, Natalie Bennett, spoke about the massive flaws in our education system recently too. The new schools bill threatens homeschooling by creating a mandatory register of homeschooled children and gives unlimited power to the local authority. There are threats of fines and year-long imprisonment for parents not complying, but you are not legally required to have visits or provide evidence of work. If the new schools bill is enacted, it will destroy your privacy as a family, and your children will become property of the state. And I am pleading to everyone to oppose this bill, even if you don't home educate. What happens if in the future you are deeply unhappy with the education system and your children or your children's children in the future and they want to come out of school? It's vital that we have the choice and we have that option. Prince Charles on Tuesday the 10th of May deputised for Her Majesty and advised on areas the government is planning to legislate on in the near future. He said reforms to the education will help every child fulfil their potential wherever they live, raising standards and improving the quality of schools and higher education. The very next day, the schools bill was read in the House of Lords. There is an urgency to get this bill passed without any evidence of any need for it. There has been no independent studies showing there is a problem with home educated children or that their needs aren't being met or that they are in danger. In fact, the government doesn't seem to like the fact that that the parents are losing faith in the system at a rapid rate and are waking up to the harm the education system can actually have on children. According to the Association of Directors, Children's Services, they estimate that as of October 2021, there have been around 81,200 children registered as home educated in England. They say this is likely an underestimate because registration is voluntary. Compare this to 60,500 registered as home educated in 2019, and you can see the huge rise since the pandemic. In 2019, a survey carried out by Channel 4's Dispatches showed 93% of responding local authorities reported they don't feel confident they're aware of all the home educated children living in their area. The Department for Education published its response to the consultation of children not in school in February this year. It stated that the government remained committed to a register system for children not in school and would be engaging with local authorities and home educating sectors, as well as undertaking further work on the practical aspects of delivery.
And
consultation emphasised.
Those were the graphics that were being showed. For those listening in audio, you might want to go back to the video of this news because on screen intermittently while you were speaking was that government response.
Lovely, thank you. On the key proposal for a register of children not in school, the government set out widely differing responses to proposal in the consultation, with 96% of authority represents in favour, no surprise there then, but 82% of parents and young people who responded to the consultation opposed. The consultation emphasised safeguarding in the government's decisions to proceed with this legislating for a register. This brings me back to what I said earlier. Where are the safeguarding worries for home educated children? I'll tell you where there are a lot of worries, safeguarding worries, and that is actually in school. The penalty for non-compliance to this register or failure to provide all information requested could result in a fine of up to £2,500 and a prison sentence. Also, if a school attendance order is issued, local authorities' powers will be strengthened and a child will not be allowed to deregister again for the duration of their education. This is massive. It has massive implications. I would like to ask the government a question. Why? Why are so many children being home educated? And then look at where it's going wrong. If they really cared about children, they wouldn't be turning every school into an academy. They wouldn't be worrying about statistics and money. They would be looking at the current education system and seeing where it's failing our children instead of trying to control and interfere with our innate human right to teach our children as we see fit. But as we know, they don't want to change the schooling system. They want children back in school where they can manipulate and indoctrinate them. And home education is going up in such high numbers over the last 2 years. And this is a huge threat to their control. Okay. If they were that worried about the safety of children, then they would be looking at how they can change the system. So it's not compulsory at the moment to send your children to school, and it's really important that we don't allow this bill to go through.